Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage. We're working on the Miata again today. So in the past, what I had done, kind of getting this cleaned up, getting ready to sell, I kind of said that last time in the video. And at one point, it had been sat in the sun for a long time, and so its paint was a little hurting. And so I had used some of this like cleaner wax on it to kind of bring it back to life some. And I did it on the top and everything. The top was actually pretty bad at the time. And it brought it back pretty good, really, for what I'd used to doing. But what we're doing today is we're actually going to go a step further. We're actually going to do like a full-on paint correction on it, and we're going to kind of show you how it's done. Here to help me with it is actually, we got a guest today. My buddy Matt here. He actually does detailing for a living. Come on over here, Matt.
How's it going, guys?
So yeah, let's get into it. Let's see. Well, so I know we did a test spot on the top here. What can you tell me? What's the difference between what I did and what we're actually doing today?
Well, so far what we did today was just a little paint prep, clay bar on the whole exterior, just the painted sections, and then we're doing a one-stage polish, and then after that we're going to coat it with Chemical Guys Classic Paste, I believe is the product. But the main difference between what you did and what we're doing today is you used the Buthers, if I remember right, the can.
Yeah, it's cleaner wax.
Yeah,
cleaner wax. Like, it comes with a little foam in there and everything.
Yeah. So that compared to what you see here is completely different. Okay, that is basically a very non-abrasive, like what it says, a cleaner wax. It can take off light dirt, light scratches, as well as protect the paint for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks to a month if you're lucky. This, on the other hand, is strictly compound and polished. There's no protection in there, so there's no wax, none of that stuff. This is basically designed to remove scratches, oxidation, and just imperfections in paint. And that's what we're using today. I have an array of different grits here, as you can see, because every panel is different, and just to be prepared, I want to cover all my bases here. So
what makes these different than some of the stuff you get off the shelves? Like, is there something where some of them fill it, or like what are these actually doing for us that are more like on the professional side of it?
So the main difference is basically water-based and silicone-based products. I don't know if you can see this right here, but all the professional grade products should have this stamp on it. It'll say free of silicone and fillers. That basically is the main difference right there. Okay. Nothing in this product will fill or hide the scratch. This fully removes it, so you should never have to buff the car again.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we did the top. Well, we got a test section on the top. We got the hood kind of tested out. The top, now that's like a one-stage paint. So that's gonna be one of the paints where it doesn't have like a full-on clear coat over the top. It's just straight blue on it. On the hood, it has the actual clear coat, and we think most of the car is gonna have clear coat. I think maybe a couple exceptions, like some of the plastic stuff might not, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there. But tell me, what's the difference? Okay, so we did this real quick. This went like way different.
Yeah, we did this little corner right here. If you wanna zoom in, I got the light pointed over here. So as you can see, hopefully you guys can see it. We basically did this area right here with the polish. I used the 2400 grit Benzerna on that, and I was very non-abrasive with it. And the reason being is because, like I said, it's a test section. If this paint's thin, I don't want to go past the point of, of repair, basically. So with being less abrasive, leaves a little bit more meat on the bone to work with, So
perfect. Yeah, we don't want to be repainting it now. About kind of the single stage paint up on the roof here. Now we got the rest of the car, we're thinking has clear coat. For sure the nose does, that's where we started. So what's different about the nose for what we're doing here?
So a pretty big difference when I was doing the prep. The hood, the bumper, and the fenders have clear coat. So it's a 2-stage paint. Whereas the roof is not, it's a single stage paint. So, when you're polishing it, just keep that in mind. This is basically going to be a lot more user-friendly than this. Thicker, thinner.
So basically, like we're almost like polishing a clear surface here, like a protection over the paint, whereas up there, we're actually just straight working on the color.
Right.
So we can go through the color up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So we got what are we using on the hood here? I know it looked like we were using something different, right?
Yeah, so we're doing the same thing, you know, on the whole car, one stage. We're doing the Benzerna 2400. And I'm also using that with my Rupes Mark II machine with a Chemical Guys Hexlogic pad.
All right. All right, so as you can kind of see here, this side is what already got touched. It's quite a bit shinier, quite a bit glossier. A lot of the small scratches are out, and a lot of the small scratches we're talking about you can really see on this side, especially even on this fender. It just has a lot of like the swirl. Even over here, it almost has like a slight fade to it. So that's the kind of stuff that we're trying to get out. This side is a bit worse than that side was, so pretty excited to see how that's going to come out. So yeah, let's go ahead, let's get into it and get this image back. So when we start to do our polish with our pad and everything, how do we want to kind of set everything up?
So this is how we prep it, guys. Well, first of all, we're going to be doing a section on the hood. I'm going to finish up doing that side. With the Chemical Guys Hexlogic, according to them, it's their heavy correction pad with the Benzerna 2400, and that's what we're going to be using today. This is how I prep it. 4 dots. You can even go in the middle if you want. Polishing pad conditioner. And you're ready to go.
So when we're doing this, is there any specific logic? Is there any specific logic to how we're doing the like spots on the hood?
No. Basically, yeah, you know, in detailer's terms, I'm doing 3 or 4 cross sections, and you're about to see that in a second. But after doing the test sections, 3 to 4 cross sections with this pad and polish seems to get it out pretty well.
Okay, so.
So first, I just basically spread the product on speed 1. Take it up a little bit. Really start polishing. Did a little detail spray, a couple squirts. Helps wipe the polish off.
Yeah, I remember a couple times when I was doing it on the Mustang, I kind of baked in there. It was pretty hard to get off, so that's a pretty good tip right there.
Yeah, I mean, you can get away without using it. It definitely makes your life a lot easier. instead of sitting there having to scrub it and possibly scratching the paint.
Right.
Just wipe it off with ease.
So when we're doing this, what kind of cloths do we really want to be using? Like, what's the best stuff?
There are so many different brands out there. If you guys I don't know if you guys have been shopping for detailing products in general. You'd already know that there's a million brands out there. As far as the towels go, this is actually Kirkland brand or Costco. Best bang for your buck. I don't know. I think that they give you like 35 or 40 towels in a bag, and it's like $15. It's two-sided. There's a plush side, and there's a not so plush side. I use it on Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all types of cars, boats, power sports, bikes, all that stuff. It works great.
All right, Costco for the win.
Yeah. You have these towels, you also have, your fancy towels. If you want to, I'll show you what I have here.
The treasure box.
Yeah, I might get a lot of heat for this, but Chemical Guys has a kind of a polishing towel. This is actually a drying towel, but you can use this to remove polish or, generally clean your car.
I think my wife would call that a throw blanket.
It's a cat blanket.
It's extremely soft. It's nice. So you got these towels. This is from a local distributor here in San Diego. These towels are pretty good too. If I'm looking for like a more plush towel, these are nice. The problem with the more plush towels is it leaves a lot of lint, and it's just more to clean up and more of a mess to deal with. So this is kind of a I do look Alrighty, cool.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Coming out good.
Yeah, so let's say, I know that stuff's like the good stuff, right? But, so I say I'm on a budget and I want to get similar results, or at least as close as I can get. What kind of stuff should I be looking for? Like, what do I want to keep my eye out for?
So if you're new in the game and you have yourself a nice polisher and some detail sprays and some towels and some products, I recommend for an over-the-counter product using Meguiar's Professional Series. This is just 3 of their bottles. This is basically a heavy cut, right? Actually, it should be like this: heavy cut to a medium cut to a fine cut. 3 stages of polishes, and that should be able to correct anything that you're doing generally, or if you're just trying to buff a car real quick or just shine it up, that should do the trick for you.
So what's going to be different about these than, like, let's say the Chemical Guys ones?
This compared to Chemical Guys, you get about the same results. In my opinion, this is a little bit better because this is water-based, whereas Chemical Guys is not. It's silicone-based. You have now products in there that are fillers. It's basically hiding the scratches rather than removing it. So
Okay.
I think for somebody starting off, and if they're looking for a good product, go with Meguiar's.
All right. And so you said when we have a good polisher. So what would you say would be the couple things to look for? Like, I know there's a big range of polishers, and you can go crazy or you can go cheap. But what actually makes one where maybe it's in that sweet spot for the budget guy?
And again, there's so many. There is, and I know Chemical Guys has one. I believe it's their Torx or the Torque machine. I know Meguiar's has a few machines that go from about, I think, 80 to 150 to 175 bucks. I'm using a Rupes, and I think their bottom shelf machine, which is the LHR 15 ES, That one goes for about 300, I believe, just the machine itself. Sometimes you can get like package deals where like, you know, you have a bag, you know, what comes with like some polishes, you know, some towels, and the machine itself, but
Oh, so what are we looking for in them? Like, is that certain kinds of speeds, or like, is there anything to like look for each specific one that makes them something that you might want over something else?
one thing to look for is basically, you know, if you're looking at machines, is the throw. Where's mine over here? What makes this one so special is basically, so this is a dual action machine, or a DA machine, meaning dual action. And so you have two shafts, you know, your main one that you can spin free by hand, and then you have the one that's on the gear that actually extends it out. That amount of space is 15 millimeters right here. That's why it says 15 right here. Most machines will only go to 8. So to me, that's a big difference. You know, if you have more throw, you have more correction abilities, you know, makes your life easier. Good.
All right, so let's compare that to the Porter cable here. This is actually lent to me by a friend, but so show me what was. Let's compare here. So what are we looking at?
So what makes this machine so special is the 15 millimeter throw. These are both dual DA machines, meaning dual action. So you have your main shaft that you can spin by hand, or your free shaft, whatever you want to call that, I don't know. And then you have the shaft that's actually on the gear that extends it out. That extension is 15 millimeters. Or on most machines, like this Porter cable here, I think it's 8 millimeters. So more throw, more correctability, makes your life a lot easier in the end. It's just a smoother job all in all.
So since we're out here in the garage working on cars, let's talk some cars. What'd you end up bringing? Looks like we got a Tacoma out here, huh?
Yeah, this is my 2013 Tacoma. I'll tell you guys a little bit about it. It is a TRD off-road 2013. I bought it about a year ago. In that year,
Not look stock.
in that year, I've done some work, as you can probably tell. So C4 fabrication front bumper. I got some Baja design fog lights right here. The headlights are aftermarket from Tacoma Beast, I believe. I also did the suspension. I did the icons, front and rears. Those. Dirt King upper control arms. Also did the TRD wheels. I believe these came off the 3rd gen 4Runner and Tacomas.
I think I've seen one of the Tacomas too.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. And then some BFG Osborne tires.
How many miles are
63,000 miles.
I think it's new. Yeah. Let's see the interior. What do you got going on in there, anything?
It is a manual.
That's something you don't see all the time. Looks brand new in there too. Look at that.
Yeah.
I guess that's because you're a detailer, huh?
Lucky
It
details.
does help. Yeah, I got the access cab. Yeah, I'd say it, for a work truck, I'd say it's pretty clean.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I also have this bed cover on it. This came with the truck when I bought it. I'm not so sure how I feel about it. I like it and I don't. Like for when I do my detail jobs, it's nice because I can cover everything and lock it. But when I go to the desert and stuff and load the bikes, it kind of takes up a little bit more room than I'd like it to, and just makes things a little harder for loading. But other than that, it's a great truck. No complaints.
Yeah, we're gonna have to maybe in the future get out there with some Tacoma and some Bronco and do something, huh? What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
That'll be a great time. This is actually, I just discovered, this is a single stage
Is it? That one's coming to blue?
Yeah.
So that fender must not have been painted then.
Yeah. It's fine.
So the rest might not be clear coated then. Hard to say.
Hard to say, yeah. Judging by the looks of it, because it has this oxidation, it's very similar to the roof.
Yeah.
So, come off good though. It's gonna need a second stage, so I can just kind of
Fine tune.
yeah. The rest of these, it's called compound marring. It's like scratches that the buffer leaves when you polish.
Yeah.
When you use your abrasive pads, polishes, that's kind of like what happens. You do this with in mind, keeping in mind that you're going to follow up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So we're going to get Justin on the machine.
All right. So okay, there's my speed, and that's my trigger.
Yeah. Make sure it's on speed 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'll always kind of dab the product on there, spread it around first. Tell the difference between that and the corner cable?
It's a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Like on the corner cable, it felt more like I was getting vibrated to death. So it took a lot more effort.
Yeah, that's another big quality about that machine is the smoothness.
Yeah.
Go and pick it up to like 2.5, 3.
That's where I'm at.
Oh, okay, good.
That does make it wipe off way easier.
And if you can tell, like right here, all those minor scratches from the previous polish, that should have helped that as well.
Oh yeah.
Kind of use
It's a
the
big
ball of
difference.
light to spot it out.
Yeah, so I went basically up to here. So you can see tell from here back, it's definitely a nice deeper blue almost. It's like the easiest way to see it. Whereas then you pan over here, and it almost has like a gray quality. Yeah, it's way more shaking than that thing now that I've done it back to back.
Yeah, a little different.
Oh yeah.
He took his rag.
I did. I was gonna give it back.
I'll tell
That's right here.
There you go. I had to go a little bit more abrasive on this roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that line. Really done.
Oh yeah, look at that.
See that? I'm gonna have to get a picture of that actually.
spent some hours, some buffing, some pizza. We're finally gotten to the point for the next step. We're gonna throw on some coats, like a protective coating. But first, what we did to get it ready, we put on this other, well, we cleaned it. And like, so what do we use to clean this thing up?
So basically what we did was an alcohol bath solution. And what that does is it just gets rid of the remaining polishes, the compounds that we use, as well as oils, grease, and remaining just surface dirt. Basically, we want to get this surface as clean as possible before we lay the coating on. It'll bond that much better. So.
Yeah, so next step, we're gonna throw on some of this classic paste wax here from Chemical Guys. Give it that extra pop. Maybe get a little more depth out of it, cover up a couple scratches that we weren't able to get out with the single stage we were doing, and see how it looks after that. All right, so normally when I've applied wax in the past, like the usual thing is you do the circles. What are you doing here?
So basically, I'm just doing left and right and up and down motions to apply the wax. A lot of people like to do circles, and that's fine and all, but we're not really trying to correct scratches or hide them. We're basically just applying the protectant or the layer of wax. So just as long as you get it on there as level as possible without creating heat and scratching the surface, you should be good to go.
Okay. All right, and we're gonna call that a night. We got the whole thing buffed. We got it cleaned after the buff. We got the paste wax on it. It's smooth. It looks great, especially compared to what it was, especially that roof, as you saw earlier. That came out nice. Couldn't really ask for much more at this point. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's only 10:45 at night. It's not too bad. I've definitely done worse. It's long and nice as usual, but the results are well worth it. For what we did today, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. So, that in mind, make sure to tune in next time for the next Tack It Garage. We'll have something else going on. We'll have to get out and do a video with that Tacoma and the Bronco, maybe out, like Big Bear or something, who knows?
Definitely.
Yeah. And then, if you need some buffing, hit this guy up. I'll put his Instagram right here. And make sure to check him out.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
See you guys.